Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Keep It Concise. Let's get into the show. Yo. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Concise the Barber. This is the Keep It Concise podcast. Man, thank y'all for tuning in. I cannot wait to talk about what I have this evening because it seems like this is a healthy conversation that all of us barbers need to understand. Before we get into it, just shout out where you're from. Let us know where you're tuning in at. If this is your first time here, please give us a like, a share it with somebody that might, help them out. I try to give some healthy information on products and also just the industry, as a whole. So let us know where you're tuning in at. I have an interesting topic. We're going to talk about a few things, upcoming videos, upcoming shows, and then I have a real strong topic. I think that we all need to, have a conversation about. So tune in. We are going to be getting into the comment section. So if you have any questions, let me know. So no worries there. But shout out where you're from. Let us know where you're tuning in at. I do appreciate it. Neil, what's going on? Always showing love. Baldwin, New York. I don't know if you got that snow, but if you did, man, I pray that everybody is safe where you're at, man, because that was a lot of snow. I'm glad that it passed by us. All right, plugs. The Barber, Columbus, Ohio, in the building. That's what's up. What's going on? What's going on? I usually have my contacts. I got my glasses on, so if y'all see a glare, I apologize, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I need to see, but we're gonna talk about a few things. We're gonna talk about a few things, and I think y'all might like this topic because there's gonna be some barbers that are like OGs, and then there's gonna be some. I'm not gonna call them the other name, but some youngins uh, that really could take this advice that I'm about to say because I really think it's important. Let me go ahead and just zoom in a little bit and boom. Okay, there we go. There we go. Razor Sharp podcast anticipation. Gabby Dunn Cuts. What's going on? What's going on? So we're gonna talk about this. If you want to see the slide, I do have like a PowerPoint slide on YouTube. So if you want to see everything that's going on, how jump on over to YouTube. We're gonna talk about this. First thing is first. Oh, I'm sorry. We got Detroit in the building. We got DC in the building. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all showing love. I appreciate each and every last one of y'all. So let's go ahead and we're gonna talk about this, right? Real quick. Barber Expos. Now, there's two of them that have asterisks. That means those are the ones that I'm most likely attending. So if you're in the area, cool. So you got Berks County Expo. That's March 8th. That's in Pennsylvania, Berks County, PA, which is interesting enough that it's only like 2 hours away, maybe about 2 hours away from me, and it's on my birthday. Like I don't, I never have time to go down there, but maybe we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's on a Sunday, so I might roll out. Last year, the reason why I didn't go is because I did go to IBS New York. IBS New York. If you've never been there, I definitely feel like it's a healthy expo to go to. You really will see the beauty industry as a whole, and you might be surprised what you might find yourself interested in when you go. Then you got Sean Cuts Hair, his Clutch Barber Expo, March 15th. I think that's out in Kentucky. I believe it is. Don't kill me if it's not, but I believe it's in Kentucky, Illinois, Indiana. I don't know. It's out there. Then you got the Empire Barber Expo. That's in Canada, I believe. That's April 11th through 12th. Then BarberCon Expo. Now that's Nashville. That's the one. If you are close in that area, you might see me there. I might be in BarberCon Nashville. And then you got the CT Barber Expo. That's in Connecticut. That's June 6th through the 8th. Definitely go there. Like I said, that's like a mini vacay for me and the wife. So those are the expos. Now, sorry, I needed that. Now we're going to talk about something because it seems like, and I'm going to show y'all a video. Let me show y'all the video first, and then you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I'm not shaming. I'm not dissing, nothing. It's just a healthy conversation I think all barbers need to have. When it comes to learning new things, elevating, you know, what's your system, what's your, you know, how do you learn, all of that stuff, right? All of that. So let me go ahead and add this to the stage. Hopefully, let me just remove that. Let me go ahead and add this to the stage. Let me show you what I'm talking about. And is there a way that I can go back?
Let's
listen to this.
What do you think, bro?
They all do the same work.
Sharp?
Sharp.
All right, bro. This is my trimmer, okay? Same deal, same everything. I'm not cutting right now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it to my boy John, all right? And he's going to use it right now and show you exactly. Look, it's the same exact thing, right? All right, so as you guys can see, there's no rust, there's no nothing. None of what all these people are talking about in the comments, I don't see none of it. What do you think of the braids, John?
All right,
we're not done. I got a couple more here. Top a couple more of the hairlines with this one and check it.
Basically, what this video is about, if you did not see it already, and he's been this is Andy Fade Pro. Shout out to him. He's been having a conversation about this topic about oiling your trimmers or not oiling them. He does not oil his trimmers. Okay, he does not oil his trimmers. He uses Andy's Cool Care and calls it a day. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine, right? Now let me get back to. Oh, I just need to go over here. Let me remove that. Add that back to the stage. Now, here's the question, though. Here's the question, and let me hear from y'all. He does not oil his trimmers. Didn't say clippers, but just the trimmers. He doesn't oil them. He feels like, I guess I'm speaking for him, like not oiling your trimmers keeps them sharper even more, right? Okay. And that's fine, you know. But let me ask y'all this. How many of y'all oil your trimmers? How many of y'all oil your trimmers? I do. I oil my trimmers. How much I oil them? It's not much, but I definitely oil my trimmers. But I want to hear from y'all. How many of y'all oil your trimmers? Not your clippers, your trimmers. Why is this not working? Oh, there we go. No. Okay. Neil says I oil my trimmers and clippers. Okay. Okay. So here's the thing. I think, you know, everybody probably can attest to this. If you've been barbering for at least 5 years or more, there are certain things that you do in your system that works great for you, right? But not everybody else does them. Nor do you care if they do them or not, right? But it works for you. Whatever your system is, it works for you. The question is, does it work for everybody? Majority of times, there's certain foundational things that we all can share with one another. But then there's things that we all just do naturally, just different, that works just for us. So I had a comment on this, right? I had a comment. This is what my comment was. Matter of fact, I'll let y'all see it. I still got the video going. Let me add it to the stage. I said, let me just zoom in. I can't zoom in. Oh, yeah, I can. I said, dope take. I think you can get great results either way, depending on what blades you're using, how they are set, your pressure lining up, but to each their own. If you oil and they still hit, then great. If you don't oil and love the results, and so does your clients, then don't change what isn't broken. So that was my take. I honestly think that when it comes to something like that he's saying about not oiling his trimmers, there's nothing wrong with that. If it works for you, it works for you. But that's for you. To me, like, not everybody should probably take that advice, or vice versa. does your system work for everyone? Most of the times, some things in your system should, but not all the time, right? I'm gonna give you another example. What I mean by this. Here's another thing. I don't know how many of us really use a hot towel shave. You use some shaving cream. Some people use shaving gel. Some people don't use none at all. Some just use a hot towel. Some use some type of spray, whatever. But what I'm saying is, how many of us is literally doing it the exact same way? How many of us is doing the 14 steps the exact same way that you had to do when you first started out? Or did you figure out a way that works for you? How many of y'all do the same type of shave, you think? How many of y'all do the 14-step shave? Put your hands up. Put your hands up. How many of y'all do the 14 steps? He says it says it right on the blades of most clippers and trimmers manufacturer recommended. Got you. How many of y'all do the 14-step shave? I'm curious. Now there's some people out here that is doing the 14-step shave. How many of y'all doing that? I'm just being real. Like, I can't say that I am. If somebody says, yo, I want the beard to be gone, I want all of it to be gone, what are you doing? What are you doing? I can ask 10 people that, and they're going to probably say something different. You might hear some of the same, but nobody's going to say, well, I ain't going to say nobody, but it's probably going to be rare that if somebody has a full beard like mine's, that they're going to say, well, I'm going to lather it up. I'm a hot towel. I'm going to get my razor and I'm going to get my strop. I'm going to get my blade nice and sharp and clean. And I'm just going to razor this all the way down the skin. Majority of us are probably going to get our trimmers, take that joint down with the trimmers, hit it with a shaver, right? Hit it with a shaver, and then might hit it with a straight razor. If I'm wrong, let me know. But what I'm trying to say is, let's go back. Let's go back. Does your system work for everyone? Majority of times it's not. It's not. Look, Plug says, not since barber school. Yeah, you didn't do the 14 steps since barber school. I'm just, am I saying that it's great that we don't do it? I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that we learned in our journey, when we do certain things, certain tasks, what works best for us. There's a certain product that works best for us. There's a certain system that you have. Some people, matter of fact, let me get to this too. There's certain things that works best for us. So there are some people, right? Now look at all these pictures. There are some things that some of us do, some things none of us do. If you look at the top left, when it comes to shear work, some of us is separating hair, making sure it's all wet. They're going to put it in their sections. They're going to do it a certain way. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? But if you look at the bottom right, there's somebody like, look, I ain't using no trimmers. I ain't using no shears. I'm doing clipper over comb. I've seen people do stuff like that with clippers. They just grab their hair a certain way and they're just going in. And crazy part is that it looks clean. Now, do the shear people might have something to say about it? Very much so. But at the same time, is your clients happy? Does your clients keep coming back because how you affected that? You get what I'm saying? Nah, there are nuances to most tasks, and some people will stress certain parts of a process. Yeah. So even like, okay, there's certain things that some people are not doing. I seen this picture of this dude trimming up the beard, but he has like a hot towel over the guy's eyes. Now, some people say that's just an automatic service that they do. Some like, I don't do that. They probably don't even lean their clients back. I'm not saying that what we're giving them is poor service. What I'm trying to say is that there's certain things that we do not do because that's just not what we do. Now, some people will probably do even more than that and say, hey, that's lazy. You need to do a full hot towel over the face. You know what I mean? Get the massage gun, call it a day. Some people have a barbershop and they got wash bowls, and they do not even wash hair. There's some barbers like, I ain't doing all of that. I ain't washing their hair. They can just get a cut, come in and call it a day. I mean, let's think about it. I don't know about any great clips or super cuts that's about a 10 to 20-minute service and they over here trying to wash hair. I don't know if I have ever come across that. But what I'm trying to say is everybody's system or foundational thing is a little bit different. Some things that work for you in your shop, you might have a shop that's like nonstop walk-ins, getting them in and out. And you might have some clients that you might put in a wash bowl, but it's not regular, right? So your system, majority of the times, your system is not the wash bowl. Now there are some barbers, man, they got the hot steam, they got the shampoo bowl, they got the hot steam beard press, like they do all of that. And that's their system. But it works for them. It works for the type of service they want to offer. But not everybody does that. Same thing with this guy over here, clipper over comb, no shear work, that's all he do. Some of us is like, nah, I need to pick up my shears. And that's perfectly fine. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, does your system work for everyone? No, it don't. It don't. How many times have you been to a class and you notice something they did, right? Now, I'm not saying that we're all educators, we can all learn from each other. But you notice something that they did in the process, you was like, well, why did they take that step? Why did they didn't just do this, right? And they can have a perfect reason on why they did it. But if you never had that thought, then you're a unicorn, I feel like. But if you've seen how somebody cut before or they did something and it seemed like an extra step, you got to ask them, like, wait, why did you do that? Now, it could be healthy advice, but then again, it also could be, hey, I figured out I don't use the 2 guard. You get what I'm saying? I only use the 3 and the 1.5 guard. Why you just didn't skip the 2 guard in this process? Some people might have an answer. Some people say, hey, it's just my system. So when there is information out there, and I think it's just healthy conversation between us barbers, but to not oil your trimmers and say, I'm not saying that he's saying that everybody should do that. I think that that's what he's saying that he do, right? I just want to have this conversation because this is what happens. Because I've been this barber. I'm just going to be real with you. I seen somebody do something, right? And I said, oh, I should try that. But why am I trying it? So we got to look at it like this. If you do something and it works for you, right? If it isn't broke, don't fix it works right there. It works in that situation. If you got clippers and trimmers, you spray them, you oil them, and they still work to perfection, right? To perfection. There ain't nothing else that you got to do. You might see something online like this and like, oh, well, let me try this. It actually might not be the best thing to do. Now, if you are somebody that's struggling with getting sharp lines, you want to learn something new, then okay. But make sure it benefits you and your clients. That's the main thing. I've seen people try the new technique, right? A new something, even though their technique worked darn good well, but just to try it because it could seem like you could be missing out on something. And this is something that your clients didn't even want. Like, okay, here's one. Here's something that I feel like at one point in the industry, we all, not all, but most of us got stuck on this zero gap. Zero gap everything for better results. How many How many of y'all believe that that is true? I crushed this. How many of y'all believe that is true? Zero gap everything for better results. That's a terrible idea. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That's a terrible idea. You better not zero gap. I did a video a long time ago. I'm not that old. Chill out, Nate. I did a video some years ago. Zero gap everything for better results. Dangerous. That's dangerous. Here's what I've learned. There was 3 barbers in the shop with me. How I cut was different from, and you'll understand this because if you ever got cut by the barbers that are in the shop with you, then you understand that everybody has different pressure. Everybody doesn't line up the same. Their pressure point is the same. Some people say, yo, when you cut me, it doesn't even feel like you really pressing in to line me up because I have a light touch. Some people, it seemed like they, you know what I'm saying? Like they really, like they got a vendetta against you or something, but you got to know who you are. You get what I'm saying? Because if you know you heavy-handed, zero gap should not even be in your sentence. You should not even be close to zero gapping. You should probably stay standard or just modify the blade up just a little bit. You got to understand your touch is different. You got to understand that blades are different. The thickness and thinness of the blades are different. You got shallow tooth, you know what I mean? You got certain things that are different. So to say zero gap everything for better results is a dangerous game to play. You go ahead and zero gap everything and see your client that comes to you all the time don't send you a text like, yo, I think you scarred me in my lineup area or in my back, whatever like that. And you can say, I apologize, it's on me, you know, free cut, whatever. But you go ahead and keep doing that, man. You might lose clients just based off of you thinking that this is what you're supposed to be doing. Zero gap and everything for better results is a dangerous game to play. It really is. I can do anything with my clippers that folks do with shears. Have trained myself over the years to be versatile with my clients without picking up shears. See? And plugs. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. So that being said, does your system work for everyone? No, but it works great for you. And if it works great for you and your clients are happy, then you good. My point is it works for me and my clients don't complain. Not true. I have a lot of clippers and trimmers that are factory and bunch are zero gap. Right. Zero gap them detailers and you're going to need a first aid kit. Yep, zero gap every tool is a no for me. Yeah, so you learn this. Some of us, we had to learn this through experience, right? Like we had to. But if we can understand that, listen, barbers, there's foundational pieces that we all need to have, right? All need to have. But there's going to be a point in time in your barber journey that you are going to learn that your most effective results comes from all the time that you put in. It comes from you trying different tools or different ways of how to get a better result. And it comes from like a smorgasbord of some of the information. But understand that if you have something, if you got to the place that it works, then let it work. What I'm trying to say is that if you out here, you slicing and dicing people for whatever, how you do it, oiling your trimmers, not oiling them, whatever, just don't change it. Don't change it because there's something going on in the barbering industry about people saying this or that. Just don't change it. That's all I'm saying. If you're getting great results with corded trimmers, you're getting great results with corded trimmers. I know barbers today that are they give out some clean cuts. They still use corded clippers and trimmers. They don't move with the way of the industry innovating and all this cordless stuff. They don't care about none of that. They care about the results. that they're getting at the end of the day from their clients, and their clients keep coming back. At the end of the day, that's it. That's it. Like, we don't have to keep up with the Joneses. Okay, apply enhancements to your clients for better results. Now I know y'all know that's not good. I know y'all know. Like, you know who this information is for? It's for those barbers that's in barber school that's about to get out and they really want to impact, like have a healthy impact once they get into the barber shop, and they want their lineups to be look nice, clean, and sharp. So what they want to do is they want to play with enhancements just a little bit to let everybody know I'm out here, come check me out, right? Cool. But that's dangerous. Applying enhancements to your clients for better results is a dangerous game to play, because you know what can happen. Let's be real. You could be that person that's known in the streets for it looks good, but it don't last long. You could be known for that. Trust me, people talk. Every time somebody get a cut, they talk. Stay away from enhancements. And I know you've been hearing it from people that say, that's been in the game for some time, but there's a reason why they're saying it. If a lot of people are saying stay away from enhancements, especially as a beginning barber, you might want to just stay away from enhancements, because it can humble you real fast. And you kind of want to just learn how to do natural lineups. You want to learn that. You do. Because once you know how to do that, it's just more extra sauce when you know how to apply enhancements the correct way. Now, sadly, y'all, recently we see madness from NFL players, NBA players, some famous people. We done seen madness from a boxer. There are certain things that has been going on with people in the spotlight. Some got enhancements, some got man units, and all stuff that's been going wrong. I mean, what's the boy name from the Celtics? He's been viral a few times. That boxer, Wig went back. He went viral. But this is stuff that's kind of like tainting on the barbering industry. Jaylen Brown, thank you. So there's certain things that we have to understand. If we don't know how to, if we haven't perfected or mastered it, just be honest with ourselves. Just be honest with ourselves. That's the real thing. We have to be honest. If you're going to do somebody that's going to be out there live in the media, do what you got to do. There was something I seen today. There's certain things. It was about some enhancements around the shape up. It did look crazy. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But my thing is this: what works, works. We gotta stop going with trends. We gotta stop going by off of what everybody else says what works for them. Figure out what works for you. And that's that. There's another one I had on here, didn't I? Here's one. Here's one. And I have to say this, because it is true. Everybody's eye is different. Don't fade up, only fade down. Now, even though majority barbers will probably agree with this, let's say about 80%. Let's say about 80%. But there's a 20%, there's a 20% in the barbering industry that when they fade up, nasty work, clean work. They have the eye for it. Clean. They do their best work when they fade up. I can't say nothing about that. If that's what works for you, amazing. You get what I'm saying? Like, somebody can make a video, don't fade up, only fade down. Man, you watch that video, your fade's been clean. But, we are our worst critics. Your fade's been clean. Your clients keep coming in. You go ahead and try this only fade down thing. Man, it just ain't clicking for you. Your clients is like, yo, what's up, man? What's going on right here? Oh, my bad, man. I was just trying this new thing real quick. Come on, we all been there. We all been there. Trying something new on a client, it didn't work out. We all been there. Like that's real. But if it works, right? It works. I'm not going to try to teach you something. If you come to me and you want help in something, right? But you master that thing, I'm gonna say, hey, look, I don't think that that's the thing that you need help in. You might need help in this area instead. So my thing is this: there is a few people that when they fade up, it's a clean fade, just as somebody fading down. But that's what's like beautiful about the industry is that we all find what works for us. So now that there's going to be a crew of people that like to fade up, and that person can help them. And of course, there's a majority of us, like myself, I like to fade down. And I do like a mixture of both, kind of, but I think y'all understand what I'm saying. NGA, if you can't spray, they ain't sitting in your chair. Augustus GA. The shop I was in sound like a paint shop when you walked in. Oh my goodness. Ain't now see that's now all right. So hear me out. Say this barber, whoever, let's say any of them barbers in the shop, that's all they know. Let's say they moved. Let's say, you know, they've been doing their thing. You know, them and the fam always wanted to move out of the state. Let's say they moved to Cali. And let's say the area of Cali that they went to, these type of clients, they like a lot of natural. A lot of natural. They don't even like front lineups. They want slick backs, comb overs, tapers. They want that. Now, if that's all they know is the spray, that will mess up their business. That will mess up their business if they don't know how to do as a clean of a job natural. I just started fade down. It comes out easier and cleaner. Yeah, to me it does. To me it does. Some people can do fade up and it still be clean work. I used to only have the ability to do up. I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing both or knowing how to do both. Now we got some comments on IG. Let me stop. So focus on correct spacing and fading down. Yeah. So to me, when you fade down, you can it's a lot easier to see your spacing. You have a little bit more control on what it looks like. Now there's some people that have the eye of they can do the bald line, blade open, they can do one guard open, then they can hit it with the two, and then they get the zero guard halfway and clean out that line between the one and the blade open. You have all of that, right? There's some people that just completely just fade all the way up. Like they just keep going. Blade open, zero guard, two, or one and a half, two, three. There's some people that do it that way. There's some people they fade up only to a one and then they do clipper over comb. So to me, it's like you got to figure out what works for you. But that's what works for you. It's not always going to work for everyone. Blessings, what's going on? So back to, I think, here. Does your system work for everyone? And I believe we all can attest to say that that's an automatic no. Not everybody is going to shave the same exact way. Some people have a beard service, and everybody's beard service could be completely different. How you even do your whole beard process. Remember the beard, like hot comb? People used to straighten out the beard and everything like that. There's still some people that do that. I remember I tried it. I don't really use it like that. There are some people that use a blow dryer and just a comb to straighten out their beard. There's certain people that sculpt it different. Some people even use hairspray. There's some people that do the whole shaving cream, the hot towel, the steamer blower thing. They do all of that. Some of y'all don't do none of that, but your clients are still happy. That's the thing. Now, if you're in a place where you're still trying to learn more, you're trying to get better at something and all of that, I'm not saying not to go seek out that information. I will say, yeah, seek out that information, watch some videos, learn from somebody, get a mentor, go to a class and learn it the correct way. But we can go all day on social media and we could be trending about everything, like 8,000 different styles of how to do something in the barbering industry. I'm at my night shift job on break. I'm about to go to Concise Cutting Academy. Appreciate that. Making that money, I love it. Okay. I taught him everything he knows. Des is a wild bull. He a wild guy. But yeah, we all of us have a different system. There's some things that we foundation that we do that we all should do. But sometimes our process of how we get to the end result all looks a little bit different. So I'm not saying anything about Anti-Fade Pro. I think, him not oiling his trimmers, if it works for him, great, amazing. Nothing wrong with that. He showed receipts, all of that. Them things is lining up crispy. But there are some of us that oil our trimmers. We get the same exact thing. I don't think it's a right and wrong type of conversation. I think it's just, this is what I do. Oh, that's dope. This is what I do. And we still both can get clean lines. I don't think it's fair that he's using a high vis though. High vis is just hitters. That thing can come out of some car oil and line people up sharp. But nah, I'm playing. I have returned to a night trigger to chat. I combine fade up and fade down in my fade method. Both have pros and cons, so I'll combine the two to get the best of both worlds. I understand that, Mike. I kind of do the same thing. But we gotta just make sure that whatever we do, it benefits us, it elevates us, and it helps our clients. I've been in the area where I'm trying other people's techniques on things that I didn't even need to try. Like I was good. Like you ever been at a place where it's like you was learning and you're starting to figure out something and it's working, but you seen something else and that junk looked at fire even better than yours. So you tried that, but it's like you didn't even master what will start to work for you. So now you frustrated because now it seems like you just went 2 steps back. Yeah. Cool care alone is the only necessary thing on trimmers. Oiling your trimmers just makes them quieter. Got you. Now, see, Mike, I'm a person that oils my clippers and my trimmers. And I have no problem with doing it. You know what I mean? Like my results never changed. I think if it was a result thing, if it was 100% a result thing. So let's say, Mike, when you oil them and I oil them, they never hit. Everybody on here, if y'all oil your trimmers and they still don't give you that nice sharp line, then okay. But if I can oil mines, clean them off, wipe them up, whatever like that, and then get back to lining up and they still give me that ash line, I'm okay with doing that too. But it's all about preference and what works for us, right? I'm not going to shame somebody for not oiling their trimmers or oiling their trimmers. Like to me, it's like it is what it is. Like whatever gets you to the end result, that's your best end result, and great. My method is to put the skin line in, create blade open guideline, then fade that out, right? Then I fade down from the number 2 all the way down to the blade open guideline. Anything after that, clipper over comb. Mike, I'm almost the same exact thing. And fades done. Clients pay to consistency, so stick to what works. Find ways to speed it up if you need. And also jump from clipper to doesn't help sometimes. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, that's true. Hopping on clipper sometimes it don't help. I think every barber needs to get to a point where when you are doing, let's say like you're fading out, right? And there's like a faint line. There's a clipper that you have that's like your go-to for your detailing. Once we understand the reason why we have a go-to for detailing, then you understand why you got a go-to for lining up, a go-to for balding out, doing all the heavy work, a go-to for debulking. You'll start to have your go-tos. As much as that we love to have a one-all be-all, there's a healthy benefit of having certain things just for go-to, because actually it's like it helps with the longevity. Yeah, no shade on oiling them. I get what Andy means though. Trimmers do grab hair better when they are not oiled. Got you. I mean, I think here's the, I'm not going to say the common sense of it. If it's not oil, I mean that's metal on metal, right? Or whatever the cutting blade is. So if you're not oiling them, it better grab the hair. Sometimes there's, like I said, there's certain things that matter. Cause Mike, sometimes clippers don't do the best when you don't oil them. I mean trimmers. Some of them don't have, that's why what product you have matters. Some people don't like that stuff costs $200, right? But if you get a $50 trimmer and you try to do the same thing, but the material or the metals ain't the best, and you try that, yeah, it might give you some sharp lines for a month and a half, and then the wear and tear on it is drastically different. Is the issue in not oil, in over oiling most barbers are doing? Yeah, maybe they over oil. I don't know. Saber 2 and Rain clippers with the Echo blades are great finishers. Got you. Oil, blow out, try excess wipe, then maybe a hit with disinfectant to dry up the rest. Yeah, to me, like I said, I think it's the to each their own. If it was evident, 100% evident, and when I say 100%, I mean 100%, that his high visits, because his high visits compared to my high visits, compared to your high visits, compared to everybody else's high visits, all those that have oil their high visits get a different result for those that didn't. If that was at 100%, got you. I just think that people do what they like. If it makes sense for them, it makes sense for them. Certain clippers work better with certain texture hair. Yep. I feel fading up is better if you want the most detailed skin line, and fading down is more efficient and better for making sure you keep a fade where you want it. So I'll combine both. Makes sense. Without oil, the blades will wear faster. It's simple. There's friction. What does it cost? Now, that is true. That is true too. Without oiling the blades, the wear and tear definitely can take a hit. It definitely can take a hit. The question is, how many blades you switching out compared to how many blades I switch out? You know what I mean? And he does some on his trimmers. I've seen them. They all cut sharp, just not the high vis. Got you. Cool Care lubricates the blades already, though. Yeah, I get it. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not a person that hits it with Cold Care and call it a day sometimes, but I will say this too. This is what I mean. Let me say it like this. I wish I had a trimmer. I probably do. Matter of fact, I don't have a trimmer, but I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Here's the thing that I don't know. This is my process. It might not be everybody's process, but this is my process, right? Let's say these are my trimmers and I want to oil them. Here's something that I see people do that I think we all can do better at. If you are going to cool care and oil your trimmers and clippers, you don't spray them down with cool care. Let's clean them off first, right? Spray them down with cool care. Go on the sides, hit it with your oil. You hit your 3 dots, hit it with oil, right? I've seen people do that. You know, you get a napkin, you clean it off, let it run for a little bit, you clean it off. Here's the problem to me. Why some people's stuff probably don't hit. Y'all put it back on the stand. I don't put mines back on the stand. It makes, for me, I've learned to always just keep mines elevated. Since I got a magnetic mat, once I clean them up like that, I just keep them up like this. So the oil or whatever never gets into the clipper. It never gets into the clipper. The oil stays right where it needs to. Right? When I get ready to use them, if I see any excess oil, whatever like that, I just clean it off with whatever and boom. My jumps don't miss. They don't miss. They don't miss. They don't miss. So if you are a person and I don't know if people have been doing this and why some of the stuff work or don't work, catch on fire, I don't know. But if you've been oiling your trimmers and clippers and you just been putting it back on the stand, not to say you're doing yourself a disservice, but it just makes more sense to keep all of that just in this area. All of that lubrication just in this area. All right, I'm gonna put it back. So that being said, there's people that when they find out that they oil their stuff, it don't hit as good. And there's people that oil their stuff and they still hit the same. To me, it's preference at the end of the day. I have one trimmer that I don't oil and it's only for shape ups. Got you. That's exactly what I do. Because if you don't oil a trimmer, it gets hot faster or can snag balding out. So I have an all around trimmer for balding out, stuff like that. I want that when I oil. Yeah, that makes sense. Like I said, we all have something to do something. Never stand them up, always down or sideways. Right. I love my magnetic mats. That's the reason I got the magnetic mat. Yeah. To be honest, it's a dope. It's just dope. But here's the thing: that's not the first time that we was able to hang them up. I mean, a lot of clippers and trimmers came with hooks back in the day. You know what I mean? The corded ones. Y'all remember the corded ones? Probably the main reason is to hold them, but also so the oil don't get into the clipper. So people did all of that, put it on a hook, and it's hanging upside down. You know what I mean? We always had something that can help the longevity of what we was using. So just my thoughts on that one. Always have more than one trimmer. Yeah, I definitely feel like it's very healthy to have more than one. All right, so let me see. Do I have any other slides? I don't think I did. Okay, no. Okay. So prayerfully this week, you will get the Rebel 2.0. I have a matter of fact, let me go check. I have about 4 videos coming to y'all. Studio. Yes, okay. Let's just get out of that. Okay. I got this premiere March 6th. Okay. Master Your Blades. That's going to be a great one. Um, I have enhancement gun video. I believe y'all going to love that one. Uh, I have the Rebel 2.0. I have a beard trimmer, and there's another one that I have. Oh, I got two haircuts. I got detachables using on a wave haircut, and I forgot what clipper this is, but I'm gonna have to watch that video. I only see the thumbnail. I don't know what clipper it is, but two haircuts, about four products. So y'all going to be healthy this month of March, and March is my birthday month. So, like I said, March 8th is Concise's birthday. I'm gonna be an OG for real, but glory to God. What do you think of the new Wall Senior? I think that this is the wall clipper a lot of us been waiting for, and I'm kind of glad it's coming in the senior lineup. I can't wait to get my hands on it. I know it's going to have. I believe it's going to have some weight to it. I can't wait. I can't wait. If there's any drawback that I have, if there's any drawback that I have, not drawback, but I have I'm curious about if the senior comes with a staggered tooth cutting blade, either on the clipper or in the box. That right there, I will be happy about. Very happy about. Concise, are you getting the B-Way linear clipper and trimmer? I'm not opposed to getting it. I actually kind of forgot about it, but I'm not opposed of getting it. Everything don't need to be zero gap. Nope. Detachables on waves is the cleanest. Exactly. I'm afraid it's just going to be a wall vapor in a different body. Let me ask you this. Well, when you say it's going to be a wall vapor in a different body, what do you mean exactly? Hope the battery is more than 90 minutes. I believe so. I believe that it is. Has the same blade as the vapor, it looks like. It doesn't. It does, but it doesn't. It doesn't have the same exact amount of teeth. So the vapor had an F32 blade on it. There's not 32 teeth on the senior. That battery minimum needs to be 2 hours at this point. I believe it will be there. I believe it'll definitely be there and more. No way the senior comes with a staggered tooth. That's the magic clip bread and butter. I know, bro, but they can, if anybody, I mean, I watch a little bit of Dragon Ball Z. If anybody can do a fusion between their products, right? It's easily Wall. Wall can fuse some of the stuff they got. You can do a magic clip and a senior together. You get what I'm saying? You can do that. You can do a retro, maybe not a retro. You can do a wall detailer with the high vis blade. That you know what I mean? Like they have, they actually have things that if you fuse them together, it'll be fire. 2,000 RPMs is wild. It is. It is. I ain't gonna lie. And the only reason why is relevant now. I think the specs will be the same on the senior 2 as the vapors, is what I mean. I gotta know the specs. What's the specs? What's the specs? Matter of fact, let me check. I could tell you, in a sense. Let me see. 8,000 RPMs, 150 minutes of a run time, 60 minutes of a recharge time, which is amazing actually. F32 fade out blade doesn't have that. It has a click lever. The fade out does not have the click lever option. I think it's very close. I think it's very close. A few different things, but it's very close. Oh, I got the linear set coming. Let me know what you think. Some enhancements goes too far. Yeah. Only if every barber knew why to use enhancements on every cut, I think we'll be in a better place. I think sometimes we use enhancements for us. We don't even use it for the client. I think that's the problem. If you use enhancements for the clients more than you use it for yourself, because how you want your results to look like and everything, then I think you would be in a better place. The all can, but selling you the blade separate is more profit. Think like a business. What you mean? I don't know what you're responding to. But I wouldn't be opposed of putting the F32 blade on the Wall Senior. Wouldn't be opposed to that. It's like I want to have two for some reason. You know, I had a client tell me this. I've seen way too many barbers forcing enhancements on their clients or not even asking. I seen a client of mine told me this. I don't even know how that happens without a healthy consultation. They even told me that they didn't got a design in the back of their neck taper, and they didn't even ask for a design. They just did a design. That's wild to me. That is wild. I don't know how that happens. I don't even know. Like, to me, that's like, oh, they just cutting hair to cut hair. What are your thoughts on the Ennis Recon now that you had it for a while? Mike, I'm glad that you asked. I literally just did a video on that. I literally just did a video on that. Let me see. I did a comparison with linear vector motors, and the Ennis Recon was a part of that. Oh, look at that. Oh, I'm glad he did that video. I'm gonna check that video out too. Shout out to the Barber's Lounge. I think it's the Barber's Lounge or Barber Lounge. He just came up with a Vector War 3. He kind of did like something. I'll show y'all what I'm talking about. Share. Why? There we go. So, Barber's Lounge, he just did one. The Gimmick Seed versus the Ennis Recon. If y'all didn't check this out, check out this. How long was this? 27 minutes. Nice, healthy detail. He goes through the whole thing. I'm not mad at that. But I just did let me see. Oh, yeah, this blade, this is coming out soon. But anyway, let me go to my videos. I just did this. YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Concise the Barber. In this video, we have the Vector Linear Battle. Now, these are the three that I'm using right now because I think this is a healthy comparison. If you're in the market looking for this type of motor, which one would you get out of the three? And I'm going to help you figure this out depending on what you like. So check that out. I actually like it. I do. I have no problems with the Ennis Recons. I've been using them. I've been using them all last week. See, what happens is when I do like a review, right? I just said that the Rebels are coming, right? The Rebel review's coming. Once I'm done getting all the film, right? I go back to my regular stuff I've been using. And the Andis Recons, the weight of them, how they feel, how they cut, I don't mind using them at all. I like them. Some people don't like the price, but okay. They do great work. They're premium, and yeah, I have no problems. I have no problems with them. I saw I saw that video. He gave it to the Caliber for the best. Okay, so Gary, what do you think about the Caliber compared to the ones that he? I had the Caliber on mine in my video too, but he gave it to the Caliber. What do you think? He said, "Dope. I'll check it out. Thank you." Recons is heavy, and the click lever is not good in my honest opinion. Gotcha. I don't use the click lever on the Recons. I know this might sound interesting, but the Phenoms are the only click levers I like. It makes sense, being able to switch out the blade and stuff like that. But I'm a float lever guy when it comes to Andis. Had the Recons gotten louder over time? No. Nope. They are where they're at. Like you'll see, I tested the decibels. You'll see where they're at. They're not the quietest. They're not the quietest. But I'm curious. Like I never use it. I have to say no on that. Okay. Um. Okay. So about the Caliber, I had some interesting thoughts on the Caliber. Nothing wrong if you like that clipper, but it's more so when you use other clippers and trimmers. I mean, other clippers that does the same kind of thing. To me, they don't stand out. It's too plain Jane for me. But yeah, to be honest, the Tensor 2, Darkstar 82 are the two best vector motor machines right now. Okay, respect. Did you cop the new JRO Diamante? I have not, but I am itching to grab it. I do got the black and I do have the yellow. I do believe I need to complete the whole situation. But yeah, I hate click levers on any clipper. It just forces you to move the lever in increments rather than being able to surf and slide between any level you want. Yeah, I got you. I understand that. But I'm thinking on getting the orange ones. I would like to have them, to be honest. I would like to have the whole complete set. You know how, there's certain things, we're barbers. There's certain things we got to have the whole complete set. JRO is definitely one of them. The orange is clean. I'm not even going to lie. But I'm curious if they have something new coming out. Like, I know they said they got a new clipper coming out. I wonder if that's what they were talking about, or like, I got to go back because I think he might have said middle of the year. I could be wrong. Diamante is just an upgraded Onyx clipper with slightly more power. Yeah, I don't mind it at all. I wouldn't buy the Diamante if you had the Onyx already, unless you need a new clipper. I like both. I like having both. I definitely understand if it's like an either or. And I think I talked about this in my concise review. Not my concise review, but my concise awards last year. Why am I blurry? Get it together. Get it together. Get it together. Don't do that. So I did talk about that in my concise awards about when it came to the Diamante and the JRO Onyx. If you didn't see that, I'll say check that out because I think I gave out some healthy information on that. But there's certain things. If the Diamante, to y'all probably don't care about this, but I do. If the Diamante would have gave a digital display, just like on the Clipper, as they did on the trimmer, that's an upgrade. Certain things I'm looking for when it comes to certain upgrades, right? It feels great in hand. The material, love it. They definitely knocked that out the park. Switching out the blade, it's a little bit different of a step that the detachable piece. Nothing wrong with that. The guards, I just wish it would have came with the premium guards that they have. Other than that, it's not bad. It does get warm. Over time, though, I have noticed that it hasn't been getting crazy warm, but it still can get warm. That's like one of the first thing I've noticed because we knew that the Onyx it didn't get warm on us at all. So when you're comparing them back and forth, like that's one of the things that the Onyx definitely has over it. It's quiet, it feels great in hand, but ergonomics, Diamantes, they have it. You know, that's all. What do you think about the new seniors? I can't wait to try them. I can't wait to try them. Yeah, like me personally, I only like two clippers and two trimmers on my station because having too many machines around me makes it confusing on what I'm trying to pick up. I got you. You said the Diamantes missed on the trimmer again. See, my Onyx, and I think if we, if y'all follow me, enough, I didn't have a problem with my Onyx trimmers. I didn't have a problem with Diamante trimmers. They do some good work. I'm not looking for them. See, here's for me, it's like I'm not looking for it to perform like the high vis. I know the high vis is in its own lane. That and the T45s, they're in their own lane. The Diamantes, how they cut and how they hit and what they do, I'm not mad at that. I know what, like, how can I say this? I know why they cut the way they do. Like to me, it make JRL's not when it comes to that blade, they're not they weren't focusing on it doesn't seem like they was focusing on that matter of it being a crazy hitter. I know it might sound crazy to some of y'all, but I don't think they were. They wanted something that's going to be versatile, no matter what hair texture, no matter if you got sensitive skin or not, you can use this blade. And that's honestly what they offered us. And I'm not mad at that. Who's hyped for the Babeless dual core? I mean, I think I ain't gonna say everybody, but I'm definitely like I'm curious. Now we seen all the vector linear magnetic motors that came out so far. This is the dual coil motor. I can't wait to see how this is different compared to everything else before it. That's the main thing for me. You said it just don't hit. I got you. I understand. The JRL trimmers are really good all around trimmer blades, balding out, lining up around the ear, stuff like that. But I ain't using them for designs or the front line. I'm the same exact way, Mike. I'm the same exact way. If they sell the trimmer solo, it won't sell. I got you. Maybe that just wasn't their, like I said, it just wasn't their, that's not what they was going for. See, we got to be okay with some of the things that some brands do. And, or we don't rock with it. Either way, it's okay. But some things that they are trying to focus in on, this is what they're trying to focus in on. You know, if you like it, you like it. You don't, you don't. Call me crazy, but the Gold Saber trimmers hit just as good as the high vis for me. I ain't gonna call you crazy, Mike, but I'm gonna say that my high vises they hit stronger with the like as a tap and also do designs better than the Sabers. BUA linear mode. I'm excited to try before Babel's dual coil drops. I got you. Nah, Mike, that's not true. Hey, everybody got different stuff, man. Everybody got different things that they do that they like. They like different stuff by what they do. So, but when it comes to like designs, like let's say if I want to do like a quick like lightning bolt, real quick, the high vis is going to get that in a lot faster, quicker, and cleaner than the Sabers are. Gamma keep putting too much power in their trimmer releases that the blade moves too fast to pick up the hair correctly. Hmm. What's Gamma's best trimmer? To me, it's still the Cyborg. I don't know. Mine hit hard, but I did sharpen the blades slightly to be fair. Bro, if you did any modifications, what are we talking about? Anytime like once you modify something, bro, we you like that's like Fast and the Furious car. That's like that Supra that the boy was driving. Like that's a cheat code. Anytime you modify something, it's a cheat code. But as is, straight out of the box, high-vis, straight out of the box sabers. Who does better lineup and designs? I'm picking the high-vis. Yeah, the blade is being jerked around and not even moving straight. More like a wiper window. I sharpen all blades on trimmers though, and it doesn't do what it does on a saber. Okay. Mike, now you're talking about mods. No, that's cool. Like I said, everybody does that work for everybody to sharpen blades? No. There are some people for real, y'all, that are some heavy-handed barbers. You go ahead and give them a sharpened blade. They slicing and dicing for real. Some of them just need the cutting blade moved up. They might not even need a sharpened blade. All right, we got a question. What is your 1-2 punch clipper? Right now, clipper of choice is let me think on that. T45s and my blades, Tensor 1. No reason to sharpen blade for most barbers, to be honest. Well, zero gapping is a mod also. High-vis hits out the box, so. And we compare trimmers assuming they zero gap. Nah, I don't always compare trimmers assuming they get zero gap. It's funny you said that because I was just about to talk about this. You asked about my top 2 clippers. I have a top 2 trimmers, but I'm gonna talk about one slept on trimmer, or maybe it's just the blade. I don't really care how you look at it. It's up to you. Top 2 trimmers, hands down, high-vis T45. Boom. That's just it is what it is. Those 2 are gonna give me the results I need no matter what hair texture. But there is a trimmer, right, that does something that the other 2 don't do that I really value. And I cannot lie. The Enforce T-Outliner XO2 clipper trimmer, the trimmer, that blade, that trimmer, the softness that it gives you, but still give you that sharp line, man, it's butter every time. It's butter every time. I had a client say, hey, are those, like he says, are those new? And I was like, no, these are new. I've been having these. He was like, man, these are the smoothest trimmers I've felt. I don't really feel much. And I was like, it's crazy is that it's taking off all your neck hair, like really clean. I went live the other day just to talk about it because to me it's slept on. If you don't want to get the trimmer, that's up to you. But the blade in itself is amazing. The Enforce blade, the trimmer Enforce blade is amazing. The newest version is amazing. Looking like the dual coil trimmer. It's not a deep 2, but a standard 2. Yeah. Might not be good to debug with strong motor and do well with that standard 2 blade. We'll see. I'm not sure. It might. All right, y'all. I'm about to go ahead and just get up off of this thing. We got like 2 more questions. I'm gonna get going. Yes, exactly. Even zero gap, the Enforce blade is super smooth and gentle. It is. It is. That's the thing. That's like they perfected that blade. The Enforce blade is great, and the Gold is better as a hitter. Too bad they deserve a better trimmer in 2026. I'm not see, maybe this is, from where I come from. I'm not mad at the trimmer. I'm not mad at the body shape. I'm not mad at none of that. I like how it makes it seem like I'm using the OG. Some people want something completely different. I don't care about all of that. I like the T outliner. I like the blade. It works. It fits well on the hand. Do I want it that light? No. No, I don't want it light. Do I want it to have like a little metal, like a metal case at the top or the front and the back? Yeah. But I'm not mad at it. Like it ain't that serious for me. It feels good in here for me. All right, 2 more questions, y'all. I'm gonna get going. I agree, concise, bring it back to barber school days. Yeah, I like old school with new school. Like I'm not, it don't gotta be completely different every time. Any questions? So I got about 4 videos, like concise review kind of, some educational stuff. You got 2 haircuts coming. So y'all gonna have a lot to talk about. But hopefully y'all understand what I'm saying about does whatever your system is, your format is, does it work for everybody? If it doesn't, then that's okay. Uh-oh. I got the babe. How do you feel about barbers having concealed to carry? That's a great question. Do you feel like your environment, like, does your environment kind of makes you feel like that's what you need to do to protect yourself? If a barber feels that way, I can't say that he shouldn't, he should or shouldn't do that. I mean, if he's doing everything legally, what's your opinion on MRD products and have you used them before? I actually have an MRD product I am going to be talking about. That's another one coming in the near future. And I actually have some great things to say about it. All right. So I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Next week, we're going to have somebody live. Hopefully, we might have 2, but next week, we're going to have somebody live. That is what? My birthday. Yeah. So we'll see. I'll keep y'all posted. I probably will be here, but I'll keep y'all posted. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Keep It Concise podcast. Like I said, hopefully this information was healthy to you. Hopefully I'll see y'all next week. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Giveaways are coming up. There's going to be a lot. Going on. Oracle, yes, but I don't really it didn't change it much for me. But I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night. Make sure that you do some inventory on the business and that all is well. And keep elevating. Okay. Y'all be blessed. Y'all take it easy.